Hi, Ibrahim. Jeff Bradley here. Thanks for replying to my Facebook business page post. So I wanted to make you this video. I took a look at your website, and I've got a few things to point out to you that will help you significantly improve your ranking on Google. So here I am on your page, and first of all, let's take a look at the area that you're in. Now this is a really interesting area. You're strategically well placed. I know this area very well. So Kenmore is around 23,000 population, but you are surrounded by small to moderate to fairly large population centers here. Kirkland is 92,000 population right on your southern border. Then you got Bothell, and I think Bothell is in the neighborhood of around 50,000. So the advantage to you is that as opposed to being in Seattle, where you're smack in one gigantic population center, which is very hard to rank in. When you've got small areas surrounding you, all of these businesses that are located in these areas, they have to rank individually for each geographic area, for each population area, one at a time. And so that makes each hill a little bit easier to climb. So what happens is you happen to be located in Kenmore. If we can get you ranked to page 1 in Kenmore, that is going to have a huge ripple effect, and it's going to go out to all of these surrounding areas. And depending on how much business that draws for you, we could, in the future, if we wanted to, create location pages and rank them individually for those areas. For example, if you wanted to specifically rank in Kirkland, it'd be very easy to do. We would create a clone of all your pages on your website that we want to copy or clone, and then optimize them for Kirkland, and then they would appear in the Kirkland Google listings. So all these things are within your means to do, but step 1, of course, would be to get you to rank for Kenmore. So what I did was I was looking at your website. Let's go back there, and it looks like you have you may have more than 3 services that you offer, but it looks like these are your 3 primary services that you offer. Now, 2 of these services have a huge traffic volume, search volume on Google right now. Kitchen remodeling, bathroom remodeling. And they're about equal. They're about 10,000 searches a month in our area for these services. And actually, kitchen remodeling is really on the rise. It's about 900% increase over last year this time. So I didn't research what the traffic volume or the search volume for fireplace remodeling is, but I imagine it's probably pretty good. So, but right now, I'm just going to choose one, and I'm going to choose kitchen remodeling just because it's the first one you have listed here. Now, usually Google likes to see you first and foremost optimize your homepage to get it ranked. Now, because your website seems to be a one-page site, and you just scroll up and down to find things, what that means is that ideally what we would want to do is find a keyword that is like an umbrella keyword that all of your other services would fit under. And then optimize the homepage for that. So that keyword might be home remodel contractors or something like that. However, what I would advise to do is, obviously we could do that, but what we really want to do is create separate pages for each one of these services. That way, you would actually have not just the one listing on Google for your website, and the umbrella term, which would be home remodel contractors. You would actually have that plus kitchen remodeling and bathroom remodeling, fireplace remodeling. You'd have actually 4 separate listings on Google targeted at 4 separate audiences, people who are specifically searching for these things. So if we create a separate page for kitchen remodeling and then optimize that page for this search term, which, like I said, is a very high traffic volume keyword, then we can specifically target that audience, people who are right now searching for specifically this service, kitchen remodeling. And then we can begin to draw traffic to your site or to that page. So I'm going to show you how to do all that. So let's just go ahead for the example here. Choose kitchen remodeling. Let's just say we have your page for kitchen remodeling. Or let's just say we're going to optimize your entire site for kitchen remodeling right now. So here's what we would do. What I did was I opened up a search page and I used the search term kitchen remodeling Kenmore, Washington, and to see what would come up. And so I searched all the way down past page, I think I went almost to page 10, and I could not find you anywhere. Now I might have missed you. However, the point is that 92% of people searching on Google never look past page 1. So all of your future customers are here on page 1. So we need to get you on page 1, and we need to get you boosted up in the rankings and heading in this direction. And here's how we do that. So the first thing that Google looks at when trying to rank a website is your title tag. Now, by the way, keep this very important principle in mind. You don't have to have the greatest website in the world to get to page 1 of Google. All you have to do is, number 1, understand what are the things that Google looks for when it's looking at your website. And then just be better than everybody else on page 1 at those things that Google looks at. So the number 1 thing that Google looks at is something called your title tag. Now, all these blue lines of text are the title tags for these sites. The first thing that Google looks at. The title tag tells Google what it is that you want to rank for and what your website is about. And it tells Google what your keyword is that you want people to use to find you with. And it also tells Google your location. Now, those 3 components make up the format for the title tag. And that format is keyword dash location dash business name. Now notice that if we look down here, first of all, we're going to see directories. Now let's just skip the directories. According to Google, 70% of searchers skip past the directories. They don't even look at them. So there's no reason wanting to be in a directory, and it's extremely expensive to be in there anyway. And why bother with that when people, 70%, skip them? They don't want to click here and get lost in some directory. They're already in a directory, which is Google. So let's just bypass all the directories. And anyway, people want to find legitimate businesses that are growing organically and have arrived on page 1 organically. That's subconsciously what people want to find. So as we go down here, we're going to skip past the directories and we're going to find the organic businesses. Like here's the first one, home care contractors. And then there's home run solutions. And proceeding down, let's just stay with the top ones for now. We're under the map pack. And by the way, there is an organic business above the maps. It's Kenmore Kitchen Remodel. Now, keeping our format in mind, which again is keyword dash location dash business name. The companies in your area that are offering kitchen remodels, the ones that have the title tag dialed in the best, according to the format, they're the ones that Google's going to see first and promote. So obviously we see that this business has in place 2 of the 3 components. It's got kitchen remodel, the main keyword of what they do, and then Kenmore. And they didn't include their business name, but that's probably the least important of the 3. As we go down here to business number 2, under Angie's list, we've got home care contractors. They also have kitchen design remodeling. They've got 2 keywords, and they've got in Kenmore. Home Run Solutions has remodeling company. That's a high traffic volume keyword in Kenmore. And so we see that they don't have it in perfect, but they have their title tags dialed in better than anybody else in their area. So let's go to your website, and I'm going to open up this scanning tool. And we're going to find out that right now your title tag, which is right here, is United Green Builders. Now, this is telling Google that these are the keywords that you want people to use to find you with, and that this is what your website is about. Now, the problem with this is that nobody in the world searching for kitchen remodeling is ever even going to know to put your business's name in their search. No one would do that. They wouldn't even know to do it. So consequently, Google does not know what your website is about. It doesn't know what you want to rank for, and it doesn't know where you are located. It could be anywhere in the world, and Google doesn't know, because that's how important the title tag is. Now watch, if I copy your title tag, oops, as is, let me get the whole thing here, start over, United Green Builders. If we copy that, now I'm going to open up a new tab. I'm going to paste and go in the search bar. Watch what happens. Using your title tag that you want people to use to find you with, look at that, you are #1 on page 1 of my new search. So that is how critically important it is to get that title tag dialed in correctly. So according to the format, your title tag needs to be, and of course we're just using the example as kitchen remodeling, your title tag would be kitchen remodeling Kenmore, Washington United Green Builders. And once that happens, now you're on Google's radar screen. Google now knows precisely what it is that you want to rank for. Google knows precisely where you're located in Kenmore, Washington, and Google knows your business name. Now, the second thing that Google looks at when trying to rank you is your H1. Now, the H1 is a line of text. It's usually up here somewhere at the top. Now, the H1 must match precisely what you have in your title tag. The H1 also tells Google what it is you want to rank for, where you're located, and what your website is about. So when your H1 matches precisely what your title tag is, now Google is crystal clear on what you want to rank for. Now the H1 is a line of text, and you can find it in the editing section of your website. And there are fields. There's H1s, H2s, H3s. We're concerned with the H1s right now. Your H1 needs to match your title tag. So if your title tag reads Kitchen Remodeling, Kenmore, Washington, United Green Builders, your H1 needs to say that same exact thing, and it needs to appear somewhere at the top of your website. When those two things match, now Google has a crystal clear channel of communication with your website. Now Google knows precisely what you want to rank for and precisely who to direct to you in a search. So these two key components are critical in getting you onto Google's radar and start rising you very rapidly in the rankings. So these things that I just showed you here account for about 50% of your overall ranking power. Now add to this the fact that whatever you have in your title tag, and in our example we've got kitchen remodeling, the content that appears on that page that we're directing traffic to must discuss kitchen remodeling, and it must use this keyword throughout the text and variations of it as well. And it must be in a natural conversational style. And when all of these things begin to match together, your website is going to skyrocket in the rankings. Now all of this is about 50% of your rankings. And the same thing happens with the bathroom remodeling page. We would optimize that for bathroom remodeling, and the title tag for that page would be bathroom remodeling Kenmore, Washington United Green Builders, and the same for fireplace remodeling and for any other services that you offer. So when all these things are in place, the next thing that Google looks at when trying to rank you is your backlink profile. Now you probably know what backlinks are. That's when an outside website links to your site. And when that happens, whatever ranking power that outside website has, some of that ranking power is going to flow back to your site and help you rank. So I took a look at your 3 leading competitors for kitchen remodeling in Kenmore. Now keep in mind that all of the other services, bathroom remodeling, fireplace remodeling, they all have their own ranking scenarios, and we're not discussing those right now. We're just discussing the kitchen remodeling. So competitor number 1, we discussed already, is Eastside Kitchen and Bath. So I took a look at their backlink profile, and Google ranks your website on a scale from 0 to 100. And that scale is the domain rating. And the domain rating accounts for the other 50% of your ranking power. Now, Eastside Kitchen and Bath, domain rating of 22, that's pretty healthy domain rating. Most businesses on page 1 are at least in the 20s, generally speaking. Sometimes they're in the 30s, 40s. In big cities like maybe Seattle, or even bigger cities like New York City, their domain rating might be up in the 80s or 90s. And that is a really steep hill to climb. It's very hard to equal that and pass that. However, a domain rating of 22, that is very reachable for you. Now, what's interesting about this is that even though the backlink profile accounts for about 50% of your ranking, this company doesn't have any backlinks. I am really shocked by that. What that tells me is that this entire ranking that they have is based on their website alone. It's dialed in very, very accurately. They've got fantastic content on it. So these are all things that you can do as well to catch them and pass them in the rankings. And if you start to build a good backlink profile, it's going to be easy to pass this company, which is on the number 1 listing on page 1. Now, your second competitor we found, going down here, down, is Home Care Contractors, and they are your second competitor. They have a domain rating of 26, pretty healthy still. They have 577 backlinks. From 354 connecting websites. Now, this is a little bit steeper hill to climb, but still they're ranking number 2 behind the other company, which has no backlinks. So it's a combination of all of these things put together, and Google averages it out. But the point is, I wanted to give you an idea of where your business stands in relation to these other competitors. Home Run Solutions is competitor number 3 for kitchen remodeling. Their domain rating is 17. Now they're starting, and the rating is starting to go down. Now I had a look at your backlink profile, and your domain rating is currently 0, and you have no backlinks. So we are starting at scratch. But the exciting thing about all of this is that these backlink profiles, even the number 1 spot, is very reachable within just a few short months period of time. All we have to do is get your on-page stuff dialed in, some good content to support the keywords that you want to rank for, and then begin a process of building backlinks for you. So I just wanted to point all of these things out to you to give you some encouragement and hope as to what you can expect moving forward, how to get your website ranking onto page 1 for all of the services that you offer in all of the surrounding areas that are adjacent to you, that you share borders with. So if you'd like to know more about all of this, just reply back and let's have a conversation about it. I'd love to hop on a quick call with you, answer any questions. Sorry this took 20 minutes. I wanted to take it less than 10. But anyway, thanks for sticking through it. And get back to me with any questions you have. I'd be happy to help you and even have a conversation with you. This is what I do. I get businesses ranked on page 1 of Google. That's where all your future customers are. So let's get you there. And I know how to do it, and we know how to do it, my team and I. So let's talk about it and look forward to hearing from you. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye now.